everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Paula here. Now I am very excited for this video. It is a collective project that I'm doing with some very incredible people, and I am so excited for it. So one thing that I love so much about book community is besties that annotate books for each other and then they send them to each other. And it's such a cute idea, but I don't really have besties that like to annotate books or that are so into books as me, so I have not been able to do any of that. But then this bookstagrammer that I love, I think I've been following her for a few years, I believe. The account's name is Fangirlish Wandering and her name is Daniela, and she decided to make this project called The Wandering Book, and I hit her. I was like, hey, I want to participate. And she chose me as one of the participants, so that's very exciting. So I thought, since this is such a special moment for me, because I think it's very exciting and I'm so excited to read this book and to read people's annotations and to annotate it myself, I thought I would record it. So I'm starting this now because this morning I got the package. I'm so excited. So basically, let me tell you a little bit about this book's journey before I open it. This book started in Daniela's hands, which is the owner of the Fangirlish Wandering account. So ultimately, this book is gonna end up with her. It's hers, she bought it, and then she sent it to the first country. In this project, there is people from 5 different countries participating. So the first stop for this book was in Portugal with Margarida. And this is its second stop. So it's with me, Paula, in Spain. And then it will go to Switzerland with Elise, to Netherlands with Jelki, and then to Germany with Mary. And then the book is gonna end up in the first place, which is with Daniela in Portugal too. So this little baby here is gonna travel through 5 countries. And mine is the second one. So yeah, since you know a little bit of this little book's journey here, let me open it for you guys. Oh my god, this is so hard to open. What? Opening this was a whole workout. Yeah, here's our baby. So the book that we are reading is Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. It's already annotated for me. Oh my god, that's so exciting. So only one person has annotated this so far. I'm the second one to go. Okay, so one thing about Daniela from Fangirlish Wandering. She is so cute, especially when it comes to design, how she designs stuff. She made this little to-do list for us, and then a little review page for all of us to write what we thought of it, and then our country of origin and the star rating that we're giving the book. That's so cute. Okay, now I let me just say a little bit extra, and I did something for this book, and mostly for Daniela, to thank her for all of this organization, because honestly it takes a lot to organize sending this to so many people and make sure we're trustworthy, everything's gonna run smoothly. So because of that, I made a little thing for all of the people that are gonna read this book, that are gonna receive this book in the following weeks, for them to use, and then ultimately for Daniela to keep. I made a little book sleeve for this book. I'm so excited. I was so nervous because I was trusting Amazon's dimensions. Girl. Oh my god, wait. It looks so cute. Oh my god. So yeah, it's basically a little book sleeve that I made myself. Thank you very much. Very stressful, but it's the first time I made one. Actually, no. I made this one myself as a little try, a first trial before I did this one. It's inspired by Anxious People because the colors are blue and red, and this fabric has little houses because I saw that the UK cover of Anxious People has windows on it. So I thought, houses, and then it has a little tag, I guess, where you can see the people that have participated in this project. And yeah, I really hope that Daniela likes this, because ultimately it's a gift for her. So yeah, oh my god, I'm so excited. Also, Margarida is the one that annotated this book before me. I'm gonna leave all of their Instagrams here, but specifically this is Margarida, which is the person that annotated this one before me, and she chose yellow for the annotations. So now I have to find a color to do the annotations, and I'm thinking either obviously red or blue. I'm gonna figure that out now. But yeah, let's begin our reading blog of Anxious People, also known as the Wandering Book. Okay, hi. So it's been a while. I quite honestly don't remember the last time I talked to you guys. I am currently reading my Wandering book, Anxious People. I'm sorry, but I am just so proud of this little book sleeve that I made for all the girlies. I'm very proud. So I'm using this specific tab, and then I have my blue liner, and then a blue micron pen. So this is kind of what I'm using to annotate the book so far. Let me show you the book. Okay. So this is how it's going so far. I feel like I am annotating a lot but not tabbing a lot, because for me those are two different things. You can see some of my blue tabs here, but then most of my blue tabs are like so much that I've actually annotated. And throughout the book, I just have like, you know, me crying or just me thinking things are funny, just cute comments here and there. And it's actually really funny to read this after someone else has annotated it, because you can see how our annotation styles are so different. Actually, Margarita, which is the person that annotated this book before me, I feel like her annotations are mostly like funny comments or like trying to figure out where the plot is going, you know, that type of annotator. And me, instead, I'm just here writing anything that I find funny, and then on the other spectrum, everything that makes me cry. I have been crying so much with this book, it's not even funny. So I think that's most of my tabbing. I feel like I'm just putting my tabbing in the moments where I am crying or I've cried or something makes me feel sad, which is why, you know, there's so much like underlined in blue. I'm in page, my little bunny here will tell me, I am in page 80. I'm pretty sure this is 20% of the book, at least according to Goodreads. This book is such a weird mix of very funny storyline and then very sad topics. Like, the dialogue is so funny, I keep laughing out loud. It is so unserious in some way. And then when I get to the parts that are like just the narrator talking, so just Fredrik writing, I am crying so much because there's so much about like, you know, anxiety and depression and a lot about parents and how life is supposed to be, how, you know, adults, we're supposed to know everything and most of us are just pretending we don't know shit about anything really. It just hits so close to home, at least for me. I am a person with a lot of anxiety. I've struggled with depression before. Right now, you know, my mom passed away a couple months ago, and every time that the conversation of parents comes in this book, it makes me so incredibly sad. Also, I'm a 22-year-old who doesn't know what to do with their life, honestly. I am studying, I am working towards the future, but for the most part, anything that is like adult related, I am just so lost. I am so lost. So yeah, that's kind of how Anxious People is going. I'm 20% in, and I just feel like this is gonna be a 5-star. This is gonna end up being one of my favorite books. Just thinking about it makes me wanna cry already. It is what it is, I guess. So I think after finishing this book and annotating it and sending it to Daniela back to Portugal, I think I'm gonna buy my own copy and re-annotate this. If this is gonna be one of my favorite books, I definitely want to have it on my bookshelf. And I'm gonna say I am aware this is going to other people who don't know much about me, to be fair, and this is gonna look like a cry for help, but still I am definitely pouring myself in these pages. I am not like excluding anything that I'm thinking at all. So I hope they definitely enjoyed that, or they relate to me in some kind of way. Hopefully not, because to relate to me is just gonna be kind of sad. Also, this is my first Fredrik Backman book. I was contemplating reading Birdtown before this, but then I've heard some people whose opinion I trust a lot not being able to finish it because of how triggering it is, and I do believe that's also gonna be triggering for me. So I ended up not wanting to read any Backman book, but Anxious People, it's one of those books that people just tell me are beautiful. You're gonna feel seen and validated, and you should definitely read it. So I am excited that I got to read Fredrik Backman, especially because I do like his writing. I think it's very fun, and I think the humor is kind of dry, but like a humor that I like and that I understand. Also, his representation of Gen Z in this book, it is kind of funny. It is definitely very funny. So there's that. I think that's mostly my update for now. I am excited to keep reading, and I think at some point I will show you my annotations. We'll see, because they might get a little too personal. I guess I'll update you when I read a little bit more. Hi. Okay, so a little while ago, I had to stop reading. What? Yeah. It hit way too close to home on that one. Yeah, so I feel like I obviously have to be completely honest with my annotation friends. This is the line that broke me completely. I do not know what to say. I think the overall like bank robbery plot, that one is interesting, is fun. We get to know, what's happening. Things are evolving. I am seeing some parts, but not most of them, so that's good, because the thing that I hate about this is not necessarily a thriller, but with like mystery, some kind of mystery plot, is that I tend to know what's gonna happen. But with this one, I feel like Backman just keeps like throwing me for a loop. So that's good, I like that. The interviews, for the most part, are very, very funny. Especially Sarah, I don't know how to pronounce her name, I'm gonna say Sarah. She's such a funny character, like not really. She is obviously very depressed, she feels a lot of guilt. And you can tell, like, she is a very lonely person, probably not fun to be around. But her one-line comments, her like clapbacks to like whatever anyone says, like those off-handed comments, they're so funny, especially in the interviews. She has the most creative insults I'd say I've read. It's very funny, but then at the same time, there's so much talk about anxiety and depression that I feel so much to my core. I am relating a lot to what Backman is saying, which is obviously not great. It's good to feel this scene, but at the same time, it's not good to relate to that, because that means, it's not an easy day-to-day life that you have. And then this is mentioned right at the beginning of the book, how the mother of this character passed away because of alcoholism. And I thought it was just gonna be like, you know, one of comment there, but Backman kept delving into that storyline. And I lost my mom quite recently, so every time they mention her passing, like the character, I get so sad because I feel it so much, and I'm gonna start crying again. Oh my god. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. I do not think it's a spoiler. Crying a lot, which is obviously, I don't mind as much because I do want to read books that make me feel something, but this book is just making me feel like I miss my mom so much. So a lot of things going on. Definitely being very vulnerable in front of a camera for no reason, but I really wanted to vlog this little project, so this is how it's looking. As I said, Margarita's annotations were different than mine, so I'm hoping she didn't have such a soul crushing, such a sad experience with this book. And it's, you know, books find you in different times of life, and this one has found me at my most vulnerable, I would say, so that's why there's so many emotions going on. I'm hoping it will not be as sad for the next 3 people. I hope they don't mind that all my annotations are so sad. But I think I'm gonna read a little bit more if I can. If I start crying again, I will stop completely and wait for a different day, because I don't think my heart can take more of it. But yeah, that is my update so far. Hello. Okay, so I ended up reading quite a lot the other day too. I have all my annotations here. It's looking very pretty. It's looking very pretty. I am very excited for everyone to read the annotations, because it just, I don't know, I'm just so excited because even reading Margaritas, it's so fun. But yeah, so there's been a couple plot twists that I did not see coming. I felt like the first plot twist, I was like, okay, I was suspecting a little bit something here, but then there was a new one, I was like, oh, okay, I did not see it coming. So yeah, again, very sad, very funny, but also very sad. Like, can I catch a break, please, please? But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I am hoping I can finish this today. I am page 313. I've got less than 80 pages, and honestly, I think I'm just gonna read it in one sitting. Not only am I enjoying it very much and I want to keep reading, also I kind of have a time limit, not necessarily like a very short time limit, but you know, so that everyone gets the book at a reasonable time. We have a little time limit of like how many days we can have the book with us. So I definitely want to finish this book way before the deadline, just to anticipate if there's any issues with the mailing or whatever. So yeah, I want to try and finish it today. I'm very excited. I feel like this vlog has been very chaotic. To be fair, I have not been able to record most of it because I've just been sobbing so hard. I feel like I have not recorded most of my annotations, like me annotating them, because I don't know why, they felt very personal. So if I annotate anything else in the last 80 pages, hopefully I can catch it and record it for you guys so you can see more or less what I'm doing. As I said, we all have one color, so I am not distinguishing between like, oh, you know, Funny is pink, Sally is blue, everything is blue. So my thoughts are very convoluted in the book, but it is fine. It is alright. I am excited to keep reading, see how it ends. I want to know what happens with not only the bank robber, but also everyone else in the hostage situation. I feel like we have learned so much about every single one of them. I just want to know how it ends. Yeah, I'm gonna be reading it and hopefully also annotating it. Hello, welcome to, once again, the floor of my bedroom. I came here to officially say I finished Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. Look, that is pretty. That is very, very pretty. Obviously, as I said in the entirety of this video, I am the blue tabs. And I feel like, although it doesn't look like there's much, I'm so happy with how this ended up looking. Because I do think there is so much that I underlined, that I tabbed, that I wrote. Yeah, honestly, I am so excited for everyone else to read my annotations. Let's talk a little bit about the book, though. Let's have a little review chat, you and me, about Anxious People. I decided, after a couple days of having finished this book and just thinking about it, I'm gonna give this book a 4.5 stars. It is kind of sad because I really did think this was gonna be a 5-star. And honestly, it might be one of the books that have made me feel the most that I've ever read, quite honestly. But I think it did lose me a little bit in the end. So that is why it's not a 5-star, but I really enjoyed this book. I don't know if I said it before, probably not, but this book is about a bank robbery turned into a hostage situation in which literally everything that is said in this book is entirely unreliable. We don't really know what's happening most of the time. We think the plot is going somewhere, but it ends up not really going that way and just like doing like a 180 and doing something different. That I loved about the book, because I really thought I had all this scheme figured out. I didn't. I really didn't. I can definitely say that Batman played me, but I'm okay with that because I really did enjoy this and the plot twist. But the reason I think this book is so, I'd say, unique and why it made me feel so much is because of how it describes a lot of the situations that I deal with in my daily life, especially when it comes to describing people with anxiety, people with depression, people who have a lot of burdens and guilt, especially also people that are dealing with a lot of grief, that be by the death of a parent or a spouse. It was just so beautiful. I felt so seen and so validated in everything that I was reading in this book. It made me cry several times. In fact, the reason it took me so long to finish was because I was crying. I definitely recorded the parts where I was crying, but there was a lot more crying outside of like the focus of my camera. There was so much crying. I even texted the group chat that we have for this book just a full picture of me crying, being like, hey, I'm like 10 pages in and I'm crying. That's how much this book made me cry. Which is not entirely a bad thing. Honestly, I feel like this book is obviously emotional, but right now, I am a very sensitive person, so I felt like that played a lot into how I felt about this book. Yeah, I think that's most of what I'm gonna say about this book, because it is best if you go kind of blind. If you don't know much of the book, you just need to know this book is about bank robbery. It ends up being a hostage situation, and it just tells a lot on how it is to be a person, to be an adult in this era, in this age. And a big part of being an adult nowadays is dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression. Maybe that's not something you can relate to, but that's something that I did relate to. So this book was just honestly perfect for me. If it hadn't been because the ending kind of slightly dragged a little bit, it would have been a 5-star. And honestly, maybe by the end of this year, if I keep thinking about it, it will be a 5 stars. You know what? I'm entitled to change my opinions. Tomorrow, I will be packaging this and sending this to the next person, which I am pretty sure is Elise in Switzerland. Elise, I hope you really enjoy it. And for everyone else that is also reading this book after me, I hope you like my annotations. I hope they don't make you feel too sad. I cannot promise you anything though. Daniela put a little like instruction little page for us, and I did most of it. I already messaged Daniela to let her know I finished this and to tell me the address of the next person. So as I said earlier, I will be sending this tomorrow, but also at the back of this list there is some space to put your review. So that is what we are gonna do right now. If you want to join me while I write this review, that'd be great. Also, I'm gonna read margaritas because I wanted to go kind of blind to this book, so I did not read her review, but I'm gonna read it now. I ran out of space. Okay, so I read it. If you want to know what I wrote in my little review sheet, is I don't think a book has made me feel so much in my life. I felt so seen in Backman's depictions of adulthood, anxiety, depression, and grief. I cried so much, but also laughed out loud because Backman did amazing at portraying the balance of sadness and happiness in our lives. And I stand by that, honestly. So yeah, now it's my time to package this bad boy here and say goodbye to it tomorrow when I send it to Elise. Once again, I'm so incredibly proud of this little book sleeve that I made for them. I hope they like them. This is officially a goodbye for our Wandering book. I hope that the following people that read this feel as seen and as happy and as sad as I felt with this book. And again, thank you so much, Daniela, for letting me participate in this project. I had the time of my life. So yeah, if you have watched this whole entire vlog, thank you so much. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. That would make my day. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!